Hey guys, this is Logan with 1584 Adventure. So we're going to go over a walk-in tip video just on the gear I use and maybe some tips I have. Some of the gear I actually use, I have it staged out in the field. It's not real expensive gear, and or it's real old and it doesn't matter if it gets stolen. So we're going to start off with my decoy bag. This is a Rig 'em Right waterfowl brand. It's their Refuge Runner decoy bag. Absolutely love it. I got it 2 years ago for Christmas. Did not actually know I was getting it because I forgot I put it on my list. So the reason I like it is it's heavy duty. It's not cheap mesh like the other bags I have, which I'll show you in a second. You can put a thermos here, some steaks, or three little pouches here. This big pouch, I love putting my mojos in here. But it also has these big clips and straps right here that are for the chair, because I bring the chair a lot. I do notice though, when you put a chair on the back, the weight starts getting real back heavy. But it's not a big deal so long as you're only carrying one. Two is a max. It's also got a narrow strap right here. Got three of them. You can put a blind there. I think I strapped one of my cheap tripods too for camera use. Another great part, over here you can put your shotgun. Done that before. I kind of carry my shotgun nowadays just because I've walked up on a couple rattlesnakes this year. And most important thing about a decoy bag is the straps, and it's got a waistband. The waistband is so helpful. It just is. It keeps you very tight on your body. Same thing with the chest strap here that goes across. It just keeps everything tight and prevents everything from going back. One thing I would like is if this was even lower on the bag itself. It's just about perfect, but it's low enough on my butt. I can get where it bounces and it rubs, and it's not comfortable if it's loaded down. So I love this, but this is expensive. I think it's $149. They have different camo patterns for it, but there are several other bags exactly like this that are cheaper that aren't Rig 'em Right. So I'm gonna go grab one of my mesh bags and show y'all what that looks like so y'all have a comparison. So I have two mesh bags here. This one is mine. This is a cheap game winner. I think it's like 10 bucks, maybe cheaper. And it works. The straps aren't well made in my opinion. I've had one of these bust on me recently. But there's no belt strap or chest strap, so you can get a lot of movement back here. So it just beats you to hell. It is big. You can put a buttload of decoys in there. I actually carried six floater goose decoys in here one year. This is my dad's. This one's old as dirt. I've seen this one. This has been around since I was little bitty. I mean little bitty. And it's still in overall good shape. I wouldn't walk out in it, but this is just an example. They used to be smaller, so it wasn't as big a deal. See, this one doesn't go below your butt, which is nice. So that's just, if you're gonna walk in, I suggest getting quality decoy bags as opposed to the cheap ones. The cheap ones wear you out. The good ones are very comfortable on your back. Enough said there. So let's go through my bag real quickly and I'll show you what all I bring. Let's start off with this. This is quite obvious, quite easy to figure out. Waders. These are the Tidewee, let's see their model, just Tidewee breathable hunting waders, heated. They have 1,200 grams of insulation in the foot, and it's got an insulated heated liner, and I will say I have loved these. So I kind of messed up first part of the season. Until season, I didn't order a set of waders early enough, and I have a size 13 foot. So I spent about 2 days looking on Amazon, websites, everything you can imagine to find a set, and this was out of my original price range, so I didn't really want to buy it, but I ended up doing it anyways. This was about 200 bucks at the end of it, and it is worth every penny. I'm loving it. Until season, when it was 80 degrees, I took the liner out. It's perfect. Now that it's not warmed up, but it's 55 degrees today. But it was 30 last week and about 45 the week before. I put the liner in last week and never once got chilled, and I never even turned on the heater. So this is awesome. And I think I can take the liner out and wear it in like some oversized pants and wear it like that in case I need to. So I know there's some people who don't like Tidewee or are having bad experiences with them. I haven't had that, so that's all I can say on that. So I just took this out of the decoy bag earlier, just because I needed the decoy bag to stand up. This is my blind bag. It's a Magellan, don't know the model. Bought it at Academy because I needed a new decoy bag. I like this shape. I wanted the neck size smaller, but it's not rigid enough for what I want. I'll make a video on what's inside here, and just because I carry everything in here. Problem is, this is real heavy. So one thing I got going, I'm probably gonna try. I have some saddlebags coming in for my dog, and I might put some of my blind bag stuff inside of those. Just, you know, technical stuff that I won't really use in the hunt. That way it'll lighten this up, and I might not even use it. Sometimes I just take my shell bag and put what I need in it, because you know what you're going to need out there. So, blind bag, absolutely need one. Some people use backpacks. I've used the backpacks. They're not bad. They don't suit how I hunt, so I'm not going to say don't buy them. Figure out what you need for your own hunt first, and that will set you up for life. So I will show one other thing. I carry a cutting device. Right now this is a big Bowie. I have a little machete, old Bear Grylls machete, but I don't like it. And this Bowie knife, it's perfect. It's easy, it's sharp, it stays sharp. So it's an old timer. What is it, 47 or something? 1844 or something. Works great. So move on. Next, motion ducks. So motion ducks can be anything. Motion decoys, I guess I should say. They can be anything at all. They can be quiver butts, quiver pads, squirt ducks. My dad has a squirt decoy. They can be spinners. They can be the kind that rely on wind to spin. I don't know if those are still called spinners. I guess those would just be natural spinners or whatever. I generally, if I'm walking in, I will take a teal mojo. I do have a full body mallard, but I feel that with the mallard's a little heavier than the teal, so just save on weight, save your back, save everything. Because you gotta take the stakes and everything. So we'll put those to the side. I have walked in with the squirt buck, but I don't like it for walking in. It's great when you take the boat, I don't think it adds more to the spread than, say, a jerk line would. Some other things I have for motion decoys, and I just got these this year. Got stuff wrapped up all over. These are called fatal flashers. Now, as you can see, they look like a duck, look like a mallard. And you put them in the wind and they flap and everything. I bought the field model. They make some that go over your floater decoys and just give a little bit of movement. Unfortunately, the stake is a little short for where I'm hunting, but I am putting these out when I walk in now, just cause. I'm not sure if they're helping or if they're gonna hurt. I just started doing this week, but these, it's like 25 bucks for a dozen, so it's pretty cheap. One other thing I always try and carry with me are these red silicone twisty ties. They don't have to be red, I have black one too, but these just make it so much easier. Like yesterday, the mosquitoes were horrible, so I had to grab one of these, wrapped it around my thermocell, hung my thermocell up in the brush. So next, pretty obvious, and is the last thing I actually carried with me, are the decoys. Pretty obvious why you have to take decoys. I'm not going to go over why I take these. Put these right here. So with regard to decoys, once again, you need to try and save weight. Saving weight is so important, it's not even funny. I walk in right now about a mile, 3/4 to a mile, and I walk out 3/4 to a mile. Not super far, but if you're carrying a bunch of weight and you haven't been practicing or exercising, it catches up to you. So that's a tip I'll do at the end. These, and the way I like to do my decoys is some days I'll take a large spread of teal decoys because they're lightweight, they're small, they don't take up as much room. Or I'll take 4 to 6 full-size mallards. Pretty simple. The half dozen full-size mallards are about the same amount of weight as the, I don't know, dozen teal decoys, depending on what weight you have on the Texas rigs. I use Texas rigs for all my stuff. Most of the water I hunt is between 6 inches and about 3 foot. So I generally go with a 4-foot Texas rig. Next time I go, tomorrow, I will be taking my teal decoys as opposed to my mallard decoys. I think I need a bigger spread right now, so 4 to 6 is not going to cut it. Another great, two great tips. I'll hold off on those for right now. So that's all I really take. I carry my gun in, so I don't take it in a gun case. The only things that are missing are a chair, and I left that out in the field. I have it hidden away so no one will be able to find it, because right now we're sitting down and shooting. Sometimes I would carry a layout blind with me, but I don't do that very often. Our layout blinds, the straps are broken on them, so they're kind of boat only at this point. But I have looked at just getting a back, like a layout back. It's kind of like a layout blind but doesn't have the blind around it, and draping over some burlap. Burlap's another great piece. During teal season, Dad and I would just take some burlap with us, lean up against some logs on the beach, and that's how we hid. Unfortunately, the lake came up about 5 foot, so there's no logs to lean up against. So that's everything I have in my bag. And we're going to cut this video here, but I'm going to do another video on some tips I have for walking in. I will do a video on my blind bag, I think I've done it already, actually. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the end of the video. I don't really have much more for you. If you could like and subscribe, go onto my Patreon, subscribe over there, get more in-depth videos, you'll get more videos, and I'm trying to start a podcast right now, 1584 Adventure Podcast, and we're just going to see how this goes. So that's the end of this video.